Hello sir, good evening. My name is Tushar Bhapkar and I am from Ahmednagar, born and raised in Shirur, Pune. And so that I did my most of the schooling from Shirur, and after that I did my grad from Singapoore Institute of Technology in Pune University. Uh, about family, I belongs to a very wonderful and cheering family of three, including me. And as I am a fresher, I don't have any experience in my pocket till now, but I am good and confident in Java. And also with a few other technologies like SQL and Spring. Okay. I like to play sports and I have participated in various competitions during my school and college days. I also enjoy reading books related to personal growth and development. Okay, so this was and actually it works as a wonderful stress buster for me. So this was a short introduction about me. Is there anything else you want to know about me? So today is the 15th of July and today's video topic is introduction of Spring. Okay, so basically Spring is a framework that is used in it is a technology. It is a framework basically. So framework means it is a set of set of predefined classes and interfaces used in Java. Basically frameworks requires very less lines of codes because it ignores the basic it ignores the basic concepts of any programming language. Okay, so there is a predefined classes and interfaces which can be directly used in our projects. Okay, so it is developed by Rod Johnson in 2003. It is a framework which is used for Java Enterprise Edition applications, and it is useful for beginners and experienced persons. Okay, so Spring framework. It is a lightweight framework which is used in our codes. Okay, which supports it provides the support to the different languages like JSP, Hibernate, EJB, JSF. These are the some technologies which support by Spring. Okay, so basically Spring is known as a framework of framework because it supports it gives the supports to the different frameworks, multiple various frameworks. So it is known as framework of framework. Okay. In Java there is a framework MVC, that is a model, controller and view, that is known as MVC. A model actually receives the request of from the front end, that is from UI user interface, and the required data it performs some command actions on that object, and it gives to the model. Okay, and the required data will be provided into that object, and the object with the view using HTML and CSS, it returns the response. It is known as response object, and the coming object is known as request object. Okay, so request object comes, and after processing it goes back as a response object to the front end. Okay, to our browser. Okay, so this is the basically working of Spring in our project. Okay, in MVC in framework we can replace view part using Angular. Okay, so Angular first of the Angular will check the required data, and that request object will be passed through the Angular, and then it will come to the back end and from server, and it will connect to the for required data it will connect to the database using structural query language, and the required data will be get received by the Angular, and with view HTML CSS using this it will return to the user interface. Okay, so there is two concepts, that is IOC and DI, that is known as inversion of control and direct injection. Okay, so in Java inversion of control means Spring has a one container which creates which creates the object of all the classes when it is Spring started. When Spring gets starting its execution, the objects of all the classes will be get created in one container. Okay, and IOC is responsible for the dependency injection. Dependency injection means when we required any object of any particular class at any particular line, the dependency injection will inject that object at that particular line during the runtime. Okay. This is known as dependency injection. Okay. This makes the code easier to test and maintain because it avoid the time period of creating the object of the class and loading. Okay, so if the Spring container have all the objects of the classes of our project, then it will be easy to load the class. It will be easy to execute the actions or that methods. Okay. So basically IOC makes the loose coupling. Okay. Like if you in any in one class, like we have student class, and in that student class we have one reference variable, that is the address and reference object of the reference class as a reference variable address. It is known as basically it is a dependency. It is the student class is dependent on the address class. Okay. So it is a tight coupling using IOC and dependency injection using Spring. We will lose that coupling. We will convert it into loose coupling. Okay. It will be a loose coupling, like we provide new student, and we'll provide that address as a parameter to that student class. Okay, so we have some advantages. Basically there is one concept that IOC container is responsible for the dependency injection, and we provide metadata to the IOC container metadata to the IOC container by either by XML file or annotation. Okay, so we'll see the advantages of a dependency injection, that it makes the loose coupling, and it makes the test it makes the code test and maintain easy. Okay, now the next is the advantages of Spring framework. Okay, so it is a due to predefined frameworks, it avoid the multiple lines of codes. Okay, in Spring framework we have to write so much less lines of code. It gives the loose coupling. Okay, easy to test, and it is a lightweight framework. Okay, as compared to our languages technologies like Java, Python. It is a framework, so it is a lightweight. Okay, because of this framework we have predefined classes and interfaces. The development will be very fast. Okay, and it provides the powerful abstraction. Okay, so this is all about the Spring part of Spring introduction and the working of the Spring. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.